Hey creative friends, it's Gwen and I'm back today with a Christmas scrapbook layout for you all. I am using Crate Paper's Hey Santa collection for this share, as well as this cut file from Cut to You. I have gone ahead and created the background and stitched around the edge, and here's the photo that I'm working with. It is a family one taken Christmas last year. Today's share is a project made for beginners. If you're new to cut files, you can absolutely do this. I've made sure to choose a cut file design that is very easy to back, and we're going to keep things simple. The first thing you're going to want to do is back the cut file, and I've used a selection of pattern papers from this collection. I was very careful though to choose a contrasting color for my title. I do find that when backing words and letters, you get a much better result when you use a darker pattern paper or a more simple pattern paper. Anything that's too busy can distract from the shapes of the letters. So I have gone with a dark green. To help the page feel really put together, I am going to repeat that color in 3 places. So it's obviously in my title there. I've also used it as a frame for the layout, and then I'm also going to use it as my photo mat. You also might notice that I have kept the I in Christmas as a different color. I just wanted that to stand out. I do like the little star instead of the dot on the I, so just a little detail. You could make it all the same color, or you could do exactly as I have here and change it up. For the elements in the cut file that make up the banner, I have chosen 3 coordinating pattern papers. This collection does have a lot of combinations that would work, but I wanted to keep things pretty simple. I do have that gingham in the background, so I know I need something that's sort of going to work with that geometric design. So I've gone with a very simple spot. I went with the really pretty pink star motif. I really like that. And then I've teamed it with this sort of minty green. It's also the pattern paper that has that cute little snowman on it. And I thought if I put the snowman within that tag element, it will kind of finish that tag off for me. When backing your cut file, you have to be a little bit strategic about where you place your pattern paper. You might also notice that the stars on the ends of the banner, I have positioned those so that the star pattern on the pattern paper will be centered within the star shape. So those little details do matter. For the design for the page, we're going to just really keep it simple. As I mentioned earlier, the cut file is going to be placed in the top third of the page, and then I'm going to position the photo in the bottom right hand corner. I talk about the flow of layouts on my channel quite a bit, and for this one, I know that my eye is just going to want to read that word Christmas. It stands out, it's quite large, it's at the top of the page, so naturally, subconsciously, I'm going to want to read that. So let's go with the flow of that and put our photo more towards the right, which is where our eye would finish reading the word Christmas. I hope that makes sense. I did audition the photo positioned a little higher up as if it was sort of attached to the banner, but I found that it just covered it up too much. And I did have this idea that we might add some really fun Christmas icons onto the banner and sort of build it out from there. The collection had quite a few really fun elements that I could add onto the banner, and I thought, you know what, well, let's make that the feature of the page. So I have included 2 bows because I'm all about them bows. I also found a really cute Christmas stocking and a little like pennant element. The cute little pendant says, "Hey Santa." It's really lovely. You can layer these up however you like, and I feel that any Christmas collection that might be in your stash would have elements that would work here. If you find creating embellishment clusters a little bit tricky, I think this is going to be fun for you because All we're doing is following the line of the banner that's already there and adding a couple of elements on top of it. I've also added some details to the bottom right-hand corner of the photo. There is a tag from the collection just slid under the right-hand side there. I found this sticker that says 25. This actually was Christmas Day. And then a couple of little sentiment items. I want this spot to be a little bit of a resting point for the eye once it's traveled across the page. To make the layout feel extra festive, I did want to include this really sweet holly icon. It is a piece of chipboard and it does get auditioned quite a lot around the page. And spoiler alert, it actually doesn't make the final page. What I am looking for at this stage is a third typed sentiment. I do like to include things in groups of 3 if possible. I think it needs a little bit of detail up there under the S, so that is going to stay there. Yes, I also noticed at this point that there's a lot of black in our photo, and there were a couple of black and white elements in the collection, so I wanted to audition those, and I really like that little touch of black and what it's done for the layout. It's the smallest little detail, but I do feel like it helps balance out the black in the photo just a little bit. This cut file design is actually part of a much larger collection. I created a 12 Days of Christmas and a 25 Days of Christmas cut file collection. I will leave links in the description box below. If you love Christmas as much as I do, I know you're going to love these. Things are getting serious because I am gluing stuff down. I want to share with you some close-up images just so you can see all of the details, the layers within the design, and all of those elements and how they're all coming together. If you like the way that I scrapbook or the way that I chat about the way that I scrapbook, I would love it if you give this video a thumbs up. If you have piles of Christmas photos in your studio just waiting to be scrapbooked, you'll want to check out this video right here. I love Christmas and I love sharing Christmas ideas with you. I'm sure you'll love it. Thank you so much for being here, my creative friends. I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, bye.